I ranked 9 things smart retirees stop buying based on how much money each one actually saves every year. And when I added up all 9, the total came out to more than $12,000 a year. Not from some extreme lifestyle change, just from cutting things most people are still paying for out of pure habit. Number 1 on this list alone could be worth thousands, and there's a good chance you're paying for it right now without even thinking twice about it. Let's start from the bottom and work our way up to the biggest one. Number 9, extended warranties. Retirees who stop buying these save around $150 to $300 a year. Extended warranties feel responsible. You're protecting yourself from a costly repair, right? But most appliances and electronics either break within the manufacturer's original warranty period or last well beyond the extended warranty window entirely. Companies price these warranties knowing the odds are in their favor, not yours, which is exactly why they're so profitable for retailers to sell in the first place. Smart retirees who've actually done the math realize that setting aside that same amount of money in a simple savings account year after year almost always covers repairs better than the warranty ever would, and they keep whatever's left over for something else. Number 8. Brand name groceries. This one saves the average household around $800 to $1,200 a year. Store brand products are often made in the exact same factories as the name brand version, sometimes on the very same production line, just with different packaging and a different price tag. Retirees who switch to store brands for pantry staples, cleaning supplies, and basic groceries barely notice a difference in quality, but they notice a very real difference in their monthly grocery bill. This is one of those changes that takes almost no effort at all and quietly saves close to $100 a month, money that just sits back in your account instead of disappearing at checkout. Number 7. A second car. This one jumps the savings significantly, averaging $3,000 to $5,000 a year once you add up insurance, maintenance, registration, and depreciation together. Before retirement, a second car often makes sense because 2 people are commuting to 2 different jobs at 2 different times. But once both people retire, that second car frequently sits in the driveway most of the week, slowly losing value while still costing money in insurance and upkeep. Smart retirees are running the actual numbers and realizing that occasional ride shares, or simply coordinating one car between 2 people, costs a small fraction of what it costs to insure, maintain, and eventually replace a second vehicle that's barely being used anymore. Number 6. Premium cable and streaming bundles. This saves around $900 to $1,500 a year. A lot of retirees are still paying for massive cable packages with hundreds of channels they never watch, on top of multiple streaming subscriptions that overlap heavily in content. Smart retirees are auditing what they actually watch, cutting cable entirely, and keeping only 1 or 2 streaming services, rotating them month to month instead of paying for 5 or 6 services at once. It sounds like a small change on paper, but when you add up a $150 cable bill plus 4 or 5 streaming subscriptions every single month, the yearly total is bigger than most people realize until they actually sit down and calculate it properly. Now we're moving into the range where the savings start to get serious, because the next 4 items on this list aren't just adding up to a few $100s here and there. They're the kind of purchases that, once removed, can genuinely shift someone's entire retirement budget for the better. Number 5. Full-price prescriptions. This one saves anywhere from $500 to well over $2,000 a year, depending on the medications involved and how many prescriptions someone is managing. A lot of retirees don't realize that generic versions of their medications exist, or that prescription discount programs and pharmacy comparison tools can dramatically lower the price of the exact same medication they've been taking for years. Smart retirees are asking their doctor directly about generic alternatives, comparing prices across different pharmacies instead of assuming their usual pharmacy automatically has the best price, and using discount programs that can cut a prescription's cost by more than half in some cases. For anyone managing multiple long-term medications, this single habit can end up being one of the biggest individual line item savings on this entire list, and it's often the easiest one to fix with just a few phone calls. Number 4. Home and landscaping services. This one saves retirees anywhere from $1,200 to $2,500 a year. Lawn care, gutter cleaning, snow removal, and general yard maintenance add up fast when you're paying a company to handle all of it every single week or month. A lot of people keep these services out of habit, the same way they did when they were working full-time and simply didn't have the hours in the day. But retirement changes that equation completely. Suddenly, there's time available that didn't exist before. Smart retirees are taking back tasks like mowing, basic yard cleanup, and simple home maintenance themselves, not because they have to, but because it turns out to be genuinely good exercise. It gets them outside, and it puts over $1,000 back in their pocket every year. For anything that genuinely requires a professional, like major tree work or roof repairs, they still hire it out, but the routine, recurring services are often the first thing to go. Number 3. Gym memberships they don't use. This one saves around $500 to $900 a year. Gyms count on the fact that most members pay every single month and show up only a handful of times, if at all. Retirees often keep these memberships out of guilt or a vague sense that they should be using them more, while the charge just keeps hitting their account whether they go or not. Smart retirees are being honest with themselves about their actual usage. Some are canceling entirely and switching to free options like walking outside, home workout videos, or community center classes that often cost next to nothing. Others are downgrading to a basic membership instead of a premium one loaded with extra amenities they never touch. Either way, the money that used to disappear into an unused membership is now staying in their account, and most of them report feeling just as active, if not more, once they stop forcing themselves into a gym routine that never really fit their life in the first place. Number 2. Life insurance they no longer need. This is where the savings jump dramatically, often between $1,500 and $4,000 a year. Life insurance makes complete sense when you have young children depending on your income or a mortgage that would burden a spouse if something happened to you. But by retirement, a lot of people find themselves in a very different situation. The kids are grown and financially independent, the mortgage is paid off or close to it. The original reason for the policy simply doesn't apply anymore. Yet many retirees keep paying those premiums for years, sometimes decades, out of habit or a general sense that canceling insurance feels risky. Smart retirees are sitting down and asking a direct question. If I passed away tomorrow, would anyone actually be in financial trouble because of it? For a growing number of retirees, the honest answer is no. And that realization alone frees up a significant amount of money every single year, money that had been going toward protecting a financial gap that no longer exists. And now, number 1, the biggest saver on this entire list, the house itself, or more specifically, a house that's bigger than what retirement actually requires. This single decision can save anywhere from $4,000 to over $10,000 a year, and for some people even more, depending on their location and the size of the home involved. Think about everything a larger home actually costs beyond the mortgage. Property taxes on a bigger home are higher. Heating and cooling a house with extra bedrooms nobody uses costs more every single month. Insurance is higher, maintenance and repairs are higher because there's simply more house to take care of. And a lot of that space, the extra bedrooms once used by kids who've since moved out, the formal dining room that hasn't been used in years, is now costing thousands of dollars annually just to sit empty. Smart retirees are running the full comparison, not just the sale price versus a new purchase price, but every single ongoing cost stacked side by side. And for a large number of them, moving into a smaller, more manageable home doesn't just reduce stress and upkeep. It frees up an enormous amount of money every year. Money that can go toward travel, healthcare, hobbies, or simply feels like breathing room for the first time in years. So here's the full picture. Extended warranties, brand-name groceries, a second car, cable and streaming bundles, full-price prescriptions, home and landscaping services, unused gym memberships, unnecessary life insurance, and finally, a house that's bigger than what's actually needed. Individually, some of these savings seem small, but stacked together, smart retirees who cut all 9 of these can realistically save well over $12,000 a year, sometimes significantly more depending on their situation. None of this means retirement has to feel restrictive or like you're cutting corners everywhere. It's actually the opposite. It means spending intentionally on what genuinely matters and quietly cutting the things that were only ever costing money out of habit. The retirees who figure this out early aren't the ones struggling to make their savings last. They're the ones with the most freedom to actually enjoy the retirement they spent decades working toward. If any of these hit close to home, hit that like button so more retirees can find this video. Subscribe for more videos like this one, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.